Scoochy, scoochy. Good morning. I'm being very careful while I'm taking my seat here because, believe it or not, I've been doing this a pretty long time now, and yet I still am balancing my camera on a shoebox on top of the coffee table. I don't know at what point I turn into someone who's just got like really handy tripods lying around the house. For now, you're on a New Balance box. Considering it's literally first thing of the day, I feel a little bit flustered. It's so hot today. I'm hoping there's a big old storm rolling in. There is a storm coming to break up this hot air a bit, because London, when it is like this, is actually not okay. But you know what'll help with that, don't you? Is leaving my hair down and also making a scalding hot cup of coffee. Also, I was just out in the garden. I feel like half of you will enjoy this little segment and half of you will not enjoy this little segment. I was just out in the garden and this tiny white feather just fell onto me, like pretty much fell exactly straight into my hand. And that is literally not the first time that that has happened in the past few days. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of white feathers over the past few days. And I know a lot of you will think that that is woo-woo and means absolutely nothing, and it just means that perhaps birds are shedding feathers. I'm going to choose to take that as quite a comforting thing. There's something about seeing white feathers that is very comforting, isn't there? It feels like a good omen. It feels like maybe there's a little layer of like protection and hugging going on somewhere. Anyway, so that's a nice feeling to start the day, despite being very hot and sweaty. I think I've got a couple of things like that in my life. Definitely white feathers, even though I don't necessarily like associate them with anyone in particular. Like, they're not something that I see a white feather and I think instantly of like one person. Definitely when I see robins, I always think of my granddad. And when I see thrushes, I always think of my nan. Like, those two in particular, I really associate like strongly with specific people. But white feathers, I don't have like a specific association with. I just feel like it's a little sign from something, someone, somewhere, that like someone's keeping a bit of an eye on you, which I think is a really nice feeling. Anyway, so hi, how you doing? Hope all is well. How's things? Let me know in the comments some good things that have been happening to you recently. There's got to be something, right? There's gotta be something. And welcome back to a new week. I'm actually starting my week on a Tuesday this week, because yesterday I was still up at my mum's on the Wirral. I had a long weekend up north this weekend, and I came back with 4 bridesmaids.
Come a bit closer.
Okay, you go to the front of me.
And when we close our eyes as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and close the eyes.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna eat this now.
No!
I just. Obviously, who else am I going to ask, really?
I'm not available.
Oh,
Thank you.
I hope this is a yes.
Yes.
It's Sophia eating that.
What is it? We put her in set.
Something that's kind of happened in my life that I didn't really intend to happen is that I'm very, very far away from all of my very best friends. I don't know if anyone else has found themselves in that position in life as you've got older, but somehow kind of all my very closest mates are several hours away from me at all times, and that includes my very kind of most long-standing long-term friendships, which is 4 girls who I grew up with through school. Literally, you know, kind of soulmate, best mates since forever. Like Hannah, I literally met on the very first day of school, so we're getting on for 30 years of being mates, which is just so crazy. And just because of the way life works and the decisions that we've all made and stuff, all of us are at complete opposite ends of the country, and it means that I actually don't really see my close friends very often at all, so we have to plan our meetings extremely far in advance. So this weekend that's just gone has been in the diary since like, I think we arranged it in like May time, and it finally rolled around, and it was so obviously it was just lovely to see them anyway. And like when I'm around those girls, I just go into like a natural relaxed version of myself, I guess there's like a little bit of like regression involved, like when you're back with your teenage mates and when you're in your mum's house and stuff. I definitely like regress slightly into my 17-year-old self. But I was thinking for quite a long time about like how I wanted to ask them, and a lot of the stuff that you see online is just like so grand and overblown, and people put together like hampers of personalized things and like seem to spend a fortune, like this whole bridesmaid proposal thing. And it is like really hard not to get swept up in that and, you know, end up spending a fortune on something that's a smaller part of the wedding process. But the other part of it as well is that all my friends are very different people. Like I think if we all met now, despite having been friends for like 30 years, we probably have nothing in common now. Like probably wouldn't get on all that well if we were to meet for the first time now. They all have very different tastes and very different styles, and like just trying to find something matchy-matchy that they would all like, I was really struggling with, and to not find something that just didn't feel really naff at the same time as well. But basically in the end I was like, you know what all my friends love? Food and cake. And I thought it would be really cute to do little like bridesmaid cakes basically. So I looked into getting them like delivered to them online, but I didn't trust that a cake being delivered would actually turn up in a very attractive state. I was quite worried that they would just like open a box and find a big mush of like smudged frosting. Oh, I've just spilled coffee everywhere. But then I suddenly had a brainwave because one of my brother's really good mates, Alice, she makes cakes for a living and she lives on the Wirral. And seeing as we were all getting back together on the Wirral, it made sense for me to like pick a local baker, go and collect them, and then have them ready there for the girls when they came over. And they felt so special, but like also a little bit cute and silly at the same time, rather than anything too overblown and fancy. But maybe this would be a cute idea for you if you're looking for a little kind of like bridesmaid proposal idea that you can keep to a reasonable budget, that doesn't feel, I mean, you could even make them yourself, really, if you want to DIY things. But they went down really well. They loved the cakes. They were so excited. It felt so good to be able to finally talk about like them being a part of the wedding, because last time I saw them was March time, I think, and we were just starting to put wedding bits in place together, and I had like a few details to offer them. But since then we've put quite a lot in place, and obviously them being able to talk about like the plan for the morning and the fact that we'll all be getting ready together and what they might be able to wear, and like to actually talk about the details of how they're going to be involved in the big day was just like such a great exciting feeling. And it made it feel so much more real for me as well, because it's very different like talking about it in person with your mates compared to just like chatting over things in WhatsApp. It just felt, honestly, it was the most like soul lifting day. I had the best time. They obviously all said yes. I think maybe like the true testament of really long-term friends that like grew up together is that when you're all hanging out together and you're walking through town together, it feels like you rule the world in the same way that it does when you're 17. Like, it's just the best feeling being around them, and I love them all so much. I'm just so excited that they're gonna be part of the wedding. Seeing those girls and like seeing my family just boosts me for the next, like, it like refills my levels, I think. And I feel just really happy and lucky. So it's a great feeling to go into the week with. So what else is going on this week? I've got quite a lot going on. It's a pretty busy week actually. I kind of missed Monday because I was traveling yesterday. Today I have to get some more writing done. I'm basically just gonna disappear for the day now and go and get a whole load of writing done. But I need to do some cleaning this evening because my friend Jenny is coming to stay tomorrow. Jenny's another friend who is a best mate but literally lives a million miles away. She lives up in Scotland. And on Thursday we're going to the Eras tour, baby. I've done my waiting 12 years of it, but it's finally my turn to Eras tour and I can't wait. I haven't really thought about what I'm gonna wear yet. And on Friday, this is gonna be a separate video, but I'm going up to Manchester on Friday for my audiobook recording, for the audiobook recording of Rewitched, which is gonna be a pretty surreal, incredible experience as well. So there's a whole lot going on this week. As you might be able to tell by my like slightly erratic rambling, my brain is just, it just feels like I can't contain everything that I've got to think about all the time at the moment in one head. It feels like my skull might be leaking slightly. So I do realise this is perhaps not an outfit that you would like to take a whole lot of inspiration from. I mean, I'm not sure that I would trust any kind of clothing recommendations from anyone who's wearing a t-shirt that reads oodle-lally, golly what a movie. But Robin Hood t-shirt aside, I've been meaning to mention these shorts for such a long time. I bought these probably 4 or 5 months ago now, I think. These little like unisex boxer shorts, they're from this brand. There's a little label right here. The brand is called Speltum. I went for the navy stripe, but they do loads of different styles. They do gingham ones, which are really cute. I might have my eye on a pair of those. But they're basically just these really cute little unisex boxers, which I got an Instagram advert for, and obviously it knew exactly what it was doing because I bought them immediately. It's like a small shop, they're British made, they're really sustainable, they're all handmade, the quality of them is beautiful, and they're just so comfy. I've worn them so much this summer. When we go through these like crazy heat waves, they're absolutely perfect to just chuck on. This little trend that seems to have come around this summer of like pajamas in all shapes and sizes being cool clothes to wear outdoors. I'm all about it. That's the life I'm looking for. Well, today's completely running away with me already, and when I have days like this, which are pretty much like just for writing, and I set myself like writing sprints to do like blocks of time just focused solely on writing, the day just literally crumbles away from me before my very eyes. I honestly think my main use of social media as an adult is looking for lunch ideas, and there's this guy, I'm sure you've probably seen him. He's going viral like everywhere for using cucumbers in loads of lunch ideas. But there's this like salmon cucumber salad recipe that's just everywhere at the moment. I've seen it all over the place and it looks right up my street and it looks absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna cobble a load of stuff together today and make that for lunch. Yes, success. If you can rely on there being anything at any given point in our fridge, it's just always a red onion. There's also capers in this recipe, and I actually, funnily enough, we do have some capers. Couldn't tell you the last thing that these were used for. They're probably about 5 years out of date. How bad can a caper be, really? In fact, I think for one to go off on a caper is a positive thing, right? So I think I honestly just chop all this up, mix it all up into one big mess, and it'll be like a delicious creamy salmon salad. My kind of cooking. Cucumber, red onion, smoked salmon, a ton of capers. If you know me, I'm a pickly girl. The more capers the merrier in my opinion. Half an avocado, loads of salt and pepper, and then you're supposed to add in everything bagel seasoning, but we don't have that. I don't even really know what's in that. I know it's meant to be absolutely delicious, like the bagel crack of the world. Not entirely sure. Maybe I'll chuck in some like onion granules and a bit of garlic and stuff. That's probably what's in there, I guess. And then all mixed up with a giant dollop of this chive Philadelphia. I think I'll put some spring onions on the top as well. And that feels like a delicious lunch. About as adventurous as I get with cooking. Just away from open flames, not entirely trusted with sharp objects, and just make whatever it is you're making as pickly as possible. So here's a little taste test. Oh yeah! I can tell you right now, this is gonna be my new lunch obsession for the next like 2 weeks. I'll have this solidly every day for the next like 2 weeks, and then I'll forget it even exists and I'll move on to my next obsession. I've also got a little bag of these. These are the salt and vinegar Jacob's cracker crisps. When it comes to salt and vinegar crisps, I very much believe that they're not worth bothering with unless they're going to make your tongue hurt and your eyes water. These are pretty sharp. These are quite the bad boy cracker crisps. I'm in full scruffs, like tracksuit bottoms, cleaning t-shirt, the works. My friend Jenny is coming to stay later, which I'm really excited about, but it did suddenly occur to me that the house is an absolute tip. So I've just been cleaning like an absolute mad woman. The hair, we don't talk about it. I actually love it in here now. It's so relaxing when it's all tidy anyway. I just love the pink that we went for. I think it's so pretty. So we're looking nice and organised and a bit fresher in here. I hope we're not the only household that just likes to leave little piles of things on the stairs for weeks on end. This stack of board games has been on our stairs for, it must be 2 weeks now. And both of us have just continued to walk past it like it's invisible and doesn't really exist. So I'm going to pop these away, but it's actually perfect timing because I want to have a little chat to you about some of these big potato games that we have been absolutely loving this summer. So this segment is very kindly sponsored by Big Potato Games. I actually mentioned Tilt and Shout on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago because I took it out for a picnic with some friends to Hyde Park. We went to see Tom Holland in Romeo and Juliet. We went to the Barbie exhibition at the Design Museum. And we played Tilt and Shout in the park with a picnic, and it was a stunning time. 3 of these are new, and they've been such good additions to our very jam-packed board games cupboard already, but these are definitely 4 standouts that we've played so much this summer. And most importantly, I also have a discount code. So if you've got your eye on any of these, if you've got your eye on any of Big Potato's classics, if you use the code LucyWood20, that'll get you 20% off on their website. But the most important thing that you probably need to know is that Big Potato games are all about being really quick to learn, really super easy to play, and very simple to explain how to play. So you don't get that awful like glazed over, what is my life, I haven't been listening to a single word that you've been saying while you're trying to like teach the new games to friends. So definitely my first recommendation of the summer. This is Tilt and Shout, which is actually new to Big Potato games. This is the one that I took to the park with my friends recently, and we had such a good time. We had the picnic going, we had a little picky tea in the sunshine, we brought out Tilt and Shout. It got slightly chaotic, I'm not gonna lie. But as you might be able to guess from the name of this one, it's pretty simple. You have 3 category cards, you pick one out at random, you shout out your answer to fit in the category, and then you tilt the seesaw towards you. And then it's the first side to win 4 rounds that wins the game, and it gets slightly trickier on a bit of a sharper tilt with each round that you go through. The answers that you come out with sometimes in a panic are slightly concerning. But that's all part of the fun. I also have to just give a mention to Cards versus Gravity because we took this on holiday to France earlier this year, and I am not kidding when I say that this was just constantly in use. We were on holiday with a load of friends. We just left this on the main table, and every time I would turn around, someone would be playing Cards versus Gravity. This is one of those slightly stressful, nerve-jangling Jenga type games. You basically start with an empty bottle, which always means that it's perfect for playing at the pub or in the beer garden. You push a stopper into the top, and then it's got a magnetic platform onto it. And basically, you have to slot your colour cards like so into the top of the bottle and start building what's effectively like a crazy unbalanced tree. The tension is real. And basically the first person to bring all the cards tumbling down off the bottle loses. And that's literally all there is to it. It's one of those games that you will keep going and going and going with when the vibes are just like chilled out and everyone's catching up, but you just want a little something to like fiddle with or play with between you. This is the one. I have talked about this little guy a million times on here and on Instagram. This is literally one of our travel essentials at this point. I love how portable it is. And this is another one that we love taking along if you're going out for drinks, if you're going to the pub, if you're having a picnic. It's just one of those perfect little time wasters. So for okay play, you can have up to 4 players. There's normally 2 of us. So you each choose a little coloured stack of tiles. And a little bit like Connect 4 or something like that, you want to get 5 tiles in a row. If you're like me and you miss a trick on a regular basis, then your partner will inevitably win every single time. If you get to the end of your little stack, you then take it in turns to reposition tiles that you've already put down on the table. And eventually, slowly but surely, someone will get 5 tiles in a row. And it will test your relationship. For like weekends away, camping, afternoons spent outside, long train journeys, anything like that where you just need a little bit of a time killer, this is one of the best investments that we've ever made. This is probably our most played game of all. And I think this is another new one to the Big Potato lineup, but I wanted to make sure I gave this a mention as well because this was also a big hit on holiday. We played this after dinner one night and we were playing it for probably about 3 hours straight in the end. This is dumb questions to ask your friends, so it's the best for like a big social situation, and it's kind of like a quiz in reverse. Everyone in the circle except the player whose turn it is, who's in the hot seat, gets to see the question secretly, decide their answer, and you go around the circle and everyone says their answer out loud while the player in the hot seat tries to figure out what the possible connection is between all of these insane things. These have now become like in-jokes with our circle of friends, and that's, you know, those moments from holiday are just so good, and this is a great game for like making those moments happen. Which player would you most like to swap lives with for the day? Which famous person does the guesser look a bit like? That's a great one. We particularly loved the ones that are like about everybody in the circle. We also really enjoyed the famous people around. So if any of those sound like something that might be up your street, if they sound like something you might need in your life, or if you had your eye on any Big Potato games already, don't forget that I have got a little discount code for you, which is LucyWood20. You can use that on the Big Potato website for 20% off. Having a well-stocked games cupboard is truly one of the best decisions I've made for adulthood. It's so nice to be able to pull something out like that when you've got people over. I have to admit that this cupboard is slightly out of control. You know, I mentioned Jenga vibes. That's really what this cupboard is at this point. It's slightly nerve-wracking every time I open it, actually. And a wrapping paper. Perfect. Sip of coffee first. I've just had a load of post through, and there's a very mysterious looking envelope. It's decorated very beautifully, and I have no idea what it is, so I thought I'd open it on camera. I've got one for Adam, which feels like a magazine, so that will either be food or football. This is our requested change to your mortgage offer. That's exciting, isn't it? We had to renew our mortgage this month. Maybe it was even last month now, actually, because believe it or not, it's been 5 years since we moved into this house. What is time? Where is my life going? I hope everyone else is seeing the last half a decade flash before their eyes right now. You know what? That's for Adam to have a look at. Does anyone else agree? Mortgage, numbers, finances. That's none of my business. Absolutely none of my business. Anyway, this is the mysterious large envelope that I wanted to open. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head if I've ordered anything like a print or anything like that recently. But I genuinely can't remember a single thing. But the bit that I'm excited about is all the little drawings all over this envelope. So I feel like this is going to be something adorable, but I just don't know what it is. Let's see. What is this? Oh, I know what this is. This is such a beautiful print. I'm so excited for this one. This is by an illustrator called Big Suze. This gorgeous print. I just feel like this is so perfect for the vibe of this house as well. It's an absolutely beautiful illustration. Little disco ball, flowers, little lamp. I love the little reflex of the disco ball. I've basically been trying to replace all of the like plastic frames that we've had for, you know, 6 or 7 years or something, and that we had in the flat as well. Actually, loads of them are like chipped and broken, and I'm trying to gradually replace them all with like vintage frames. They're always really like detailed and pretty and gold, and like I just love that vibe when you've got like a real mix and match feel around the house. So I've slowly but surely been doing that with a lot of our artwork around the house. Just like finding them on eBay. It's actually like quite a fun little task when I've got a spare 20 minutes or whatever, is to try and find some really old vintage frames. And I've had some real bargains actually. I've got most of them for under a tenner, which is an absolute thrill and a rush. I actually won't have shown you this yet, but let me show you. You might remember when we went to Florida in 2019, we picked up an Aristocats print. They have like Disney illustrators dotted around in various locations. And they're like doing live artwork that you can kind of watch them, and you can watch them finish these beautiful drawings, and they're just amazing. It's honestly like one of my favorite things about going to Disney is stumbling across the illustrators. Last time we bought an Aristocats one, which we just loved, and it's such a special piece of artwork and such a lovely memory. And when we went back in April this year, I really wanted to get another one, so we were on the lookout for the right one. And as soon as I spotted this, I was like, Rolly, you're coming home with us. If I try and get closer, I love how you can see like the really early, really faint pencil lines in there, and then the proper illustrations kind of like built up around those. I really love that you can see all the work that's gone into it. I just think they're amazing. Anyway, that was an exciting little work break, wasn't it? Back to it. Oh, actually, let me just give a mention to this as well. If you, like me, have a lot of hair, you might find it difficult to find big clippy hair claws that will actually hold all your hair up, but I've discovered that Claire's Accessories of all places do this like large size which hold my hair up with no problem, and it's an actual game changer, and I'm so excited to have found it. My mum got me one for Christmas last year, and then I broke it and I was gutted. So then when we were in Cheshire Oaks at the weekend, I was like, oh, I wonder if they've got any of the same one that you bought me. Popped in, £5, found it. Look at that. Secure. Ain't going nowhere. I could run a marathon. I mean, I'd have a lot of problems in that scenario, but my hair staying up would not be one of them. I can't remember if I said this earlier, but my friend Jenny is staying with us for the next couple of nights. And I just had to show you this really cute little prezzy that she bought for me, because I feel like a lot of you will love this as much as I love this. It's in this tiny little sack which says magical things inside. We're off to a good start. And it's got this, look, a tiny silver spoon on the handle. Look at this. Look at this little bookmark. It's unbelievably perfect. It says coffee, books and magic. I'm just showing my bookmark on the vlog. The cutest bookmark of all time. It says on the back, each piece of vintage cutlery is handpicked for its design and condition. It's then repurposed with each letter hand stamped into messages of love, humour and inspiration, saved from forgotten drawers and cupboards. I take pride in giving these pieces new life and hope you will cherish them too. And this is by a little brand called Lost Post. On Instagram they are lostpost.shop. It's like a little bent over spoon to slot over the page. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. Jenny, that's literally a perfect present.
I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so cute. I love it.
Right, we are heading out. We're actually not going into town. We're going into Hammersmith. We're going to the theatre. We are going to see a show called Fangirls, which honestly, I don't really know anything about. Let's hope this was a good decision and not a terrible one. I feel like vaguely in passing, I've heard good things, but from who? I couldn't tell you. But if there's someone who will always come along to something with me,
It's me!
it's this gal. You've definitely seen Jenny before. You've been in loads of stuff.
Yeah, I just
Disneyland Paris vlogs.
That was me.
Drunken Advice a very long time ago.
Oh, that
Took a turn that night. We won't talk about that one. And we're also going to a little restaurant which Adam has just had as a recommendation from someone at work called The Gate, which is a veggie vegan setup. So I will take you along and tell you how we get on. Cheers, guys. Cheers. 2 margs and an old fashioned. That's what they call us. A little rundown of everything that's arrived to start with. We've gone for a little bit of a sharing situation. Oh. One more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We definitely ordered enough.
Yeah, this looks... Is this everything?
Must be.
Yeah, this looks great. We've got mushroom pate. This is some kind of courgette situation. Delicious. What's this? I'm gonna guess cauliflower. I can't actually remember what we've
I don't know
Is that
ordered.
the mushroom thing? And then that's the Korean.
That's tofu. Korean
And
tofu.
that's
That's the
the.
potato rosti.
Potato rosti.
That's bread.
And some chips. Looks great. And also that's bread. Okay, here we go. This is the Lyric Theatre. And this is what we're in to see. Fangirls. Looks super fun. Excited. I feel like this is going to be very up my street.
Yes. Considering we walked in and you went, Westlife.
I've seen Westlife posters, I've seen McFly posters, and I've seen Busted posters. So you know what? We're in for a good time. Okay, first task of the day, which Jenny's taking charge of, to be honest. This is very wonky. I need to plan some outfits. What are we doing tonight, Jenny?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. It's our Eras tour night, which I truly cannot believe. We've literally just rolled out of bed, by the way, hence the statement. So I need to find an outfit for tonight, and I need an outfit for tomorrow, because I'm going to Manchester tomorrow. I need to look semi-presentable for that too, so we're going to have a wardrobe raid and see what we can find. Okay, this is the skirt. So this is the basis, which is like the most millennial skirt you've ever seen in your life.
Is that skater skirt?
Yeah! I feel like just skater skirts are just not a thing anymore, are they? That's the base.
love it.
Well, it's from when I was like 19 or something, but I'd kept it in like a box of clothes that I wanted to keep.
Oh yeah.
And then when I went home to my mum's a few visits ago, she was like, take these away. Why are these in my house? So this is what we're starting with. And I think I'm just going to wear a t-shirt with it.
It's given very reputation. See, if you wore like a vest top or something, you could get
I don't own a vest top.
well, like a comfy top that you could like. Put
Well, I
something
thought
on.
this was very 1989.
Yes.
Like to embrace the full millennial vibes. Because this is quite a 1989 colour combo. Or maybe I will just do maximum slightly embarrassing millennial vibes
Let's fuck it up.
with Converse.
Yes. I'm wearing Converse. Oh, my foot's quite soft.
I'm worried they're going to be too flat. I
Yeah,
think they're going to kill my feet.
probably.
But I think Converse would look the cutest with that.
Okay, but let's think of like we're in our 30s now.
Yeah, well exactly. The back pain is going to be real tomorrow. The lower back pain is going to be a legit concern.
To be fair, it's going to be sore no matter what. We
Yes,
should take some
true.
deep heat with us to put on tonight before sleep.
Should we take a hot water bottle?
Yeah.
Sort of maybe feeling a denim waistcoat,
I'm feeling that for you too.
but with what else? Because
Have
that
you got
by
a
itself is not the one.
Do you have like a dress with nice sleeves? What's that red dress?
This combo?
That's gonna, yeah, excellent colour combo.
Don't really know what's happening here.
You've just not
I was trying
put
to-
sleeve at all.
Here you go. Like that.
Yes.
Okay, I'll try that one. I haven't really come to terms with the fact that we're going to see Taylor Swift later. This just feels like a very normal day. but it is not. So we've had this trip planned for such a long time. We bought these tickets, is it like 2 years ago maybe? It feels like a really long time ago anyway. And today's the day, it's finally here. I think I've just sorted my outfit out. I don't love it. I feel like I should have put more effort in. This is as much of a fashion show as it is a Taylor Swift concert. So the plan of action for today, obviously we're heading over to Wembley tonight, probably about 4:30ish I think, because Jenny wants to go to the merch shop before we go in to watch Paramore. Paramore are one of my favourite bands of all time. I've only seen them once before and I simply can't wait to see them again. And we're standing and I'm hoping to wear Converse. I think my vertebrae are going to hate me for that decision, but maybe I'll be alright. I know last time I went to a really long gig like this, I literally felt hungover the day after and I hadn't been drinking. My whole body hurt, so prepping for that tomorrow. But anyway, I'm really rambling this morning. So we're going to go out and grab some breakfast first, then we're heading into Central. We're actually staying in a hotel tonight, which is very bougie of me, but it takes a really long time to get home from Wembley to our house. I did it after Harry Styles last year and it was just such a special treat. So I was contemplating doing it again for Taylor, and then something came up for tomorrow, which means I have to be back in town first thing anyway. So it actually just made, I mean, this is an excuse just so that I can get into a comfier bed earlier than planned. But it does sort of make some legitimate sense for me to actually stay in town tonight. So we're staying in a hotel near St. Paul's tonight. So we'll be able to get home from Wembley in about 20 minutes, which is, I mean, once you battle the crowds to actually get onto the tube anyway. But it'll be fine. It's not actually stressful, it's just a lot of waiting and standing around. You can probably tell by how much I'm rambling. I'm really, really excited. We haven't put any tunes on yet, but I feel like Jenny's just in the shower, so when we start like getting ready, we'll put some tunes on and it'll suddenly feel very real. Anyway, we'll chat about that later when we're getting ready. We're gonna get ready at the hotel. We're just packing a little bag because the other thing that's happening tomorrow, and the reason that I need to be in town for the train first thing in the morning, is that I'm going up to Manchester. I think I mentioned just then I was looking for some outfits which are going to be half decent for me to wear tomorrow. I'm going up to Manchester with my publisher because tomorrow is the recording of the Rewitched audiobook, which I mean, talk about an insane, crazy 24 hours, like what a combo. I'm not doing the audiobook. We've got an incredible voice doing it for us. As soon as I heard her voice, I was just like, that's it, that's the one. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you more about that. I think I'll probably do a separate video for it just because it feels like quite a big deal and it's quite special and it's kind of a fairly monumental moment as moments go. So I'm going up just to like check it out, see how it all works. I'm just nosy really, I just wanted to be involved in it. Okay, we are loaded up. I've ended up with so much stuff. I haven't got as much stuff as Jenny though, so it's okay. For one night though, I was like, oh, this little mini Glossier holder will be perfect. But no, I've ended up also with a giant tote bag. But I'm doing better than you. You did accumulate an unexpected laptop, to be fair.
Oh man, I've got another one to get too.
Oh, we didn't say what we thought of the play last night.
Oh man, so funny.
We should have done a little review on the way home last night. It was so good. I had no idea what to expect going in. I was saying to Jenny, like, I've just heard of it like on the grapevine via someone at some point. Knew absolutely nothing about it other than, oh well, fangirl culture is something that I love, feel very passionately about and have been very involved in over the years.
I think it was in a biography of you.
It was at times too on the nose, but it was just brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, honestly, didn't know what to expect at all because you had just sitting there and I was like, yeah, sure, great.
Well, because it's quite, it seems to be quite under the radar. Like it's got a very cult following, I think. But but like in terms of making the headlines and being all over social media and stuff, I just haven't seen anything about it.
Not a thing. But also, when we went in, it was playing Justin Bieber, and I was like,
I loved that the foyer was full of like boy band posters. The vibes were just immaculate. It was so fun. I think it's probably the most fun show I've ever seen. We had such a good time.
I actually cried laughing.
We were both like in tears laughing towards the end. It's the second half is incredible.
I think I've got new favourite songs.
The audience interaction at the interval was great.
Yeah.
The writing was impeccable. So funny. And just like really poignant and lovely also at the same time. Like so relatable, so nostalgic. Highly recommend, but it's only on till the end of the month. Massive 5 stars from me. Loved it.
Massive 5 stars from me.
And let's go and find some brekkie. And we'll probably see you when we're at the hotel getting ready for Taylor Swift. Hello and welcome to Lost Property. That's the name of the hotel, believe it or not. near St. Paul's. We're so close to St. Paul's. We literally walked around the corner and St. Paul's Cathedral is literally right outside the hotel. But this is very lovely. If you're looking for like quite a central London location to stay, this is a lovely hotel, isn't it? As soon as we walked in, we were like, oh, this is real fancy. Here's our Taylor Swift outfits. Look at that colour palette. It's like a little bag of sweeties. So cute, so sparkly. They've got a lovely big mirror to the left here. There's Jenny, gaining her energy to begin getting ready. The most enormous telly for quite a small room. Slightly unnecessary, but I'm not complaining. Got a nice little armchair here. This is the coffee setup. We've got a proper little coffee machine, kettle. It's this coffee pods in here. Have you investigated this?
I have not at all.
It's coffee pods. We have chucked our stuff literally everywhere already, but never mind. And then this is the sleeping area. Nice big, I want to say maybe a queen size. The bathroom is probably the nicest part though. Look at this. Huge shower. All lit up real fancy. Now we can start getting ready. I've also just noticed this artwork by the toilet, which is hilarious. Have you spotted this? Made some slightly rogue, in fact you made the most rogue choice.
How dare you?
Who's buying stuffed vine leaves?
Who's not buying stuff?
Some grapes.
And also the next thing you're about to pull out.
What's the next thing? Oh, find of the century. Yellow label profiteroles. This might have been, on reflection, this might have been slightly excessive. Here it comes. Here it comes.
It might not.
Here it comes.
How do people do this on the fans? Oh, this is amazing.
Just dishevelled while trying to open it.
I will get there, sir.
It's coming.
It's actually not moved at all.
Do you want me to have a go?
Yep.
I know. Have you got it? No. Oh. See, you were making fun.
I thought you were just being weak.
Oh, wow. Look at these muscles. Also deceivingly large ones.
They are massive.
For Fizz, so. Cheers to Taylor
And Hayley.
May she continue to sing our lives. We're ready! Thought I'd do a little outfit of the day to show you how we've scrubbed up. We're not scrubbed up too shabby.
That's so funny.
There's a lot of sequins going on. Jenny's gone reputation.
Big reputation, got that
Big reputation.
Ah.
I'm a 1989 girl. So, skirt is extremely old Topshop. T-shirt is not extremely old ASOS. I got a little bow going on.
My skirt is Lucy's Nasty
Yay!
Gal, which had a label on, and I'm really old H&M, but can I show my jacket because I'm a little proud of it?
Oh my god, Jenny's outfit is the star of the show. Look at this jacket that she's embroidered.
I did have a different dress.
Oh, it looks
but
so cute on as well.
I would have flashed.
Look at that.
Love it. That's just the best of it.
So there are Eras Tour outfits. I love the sequins.
Yeah.
We're really lacking friendship bracelets.
Yeah.
I'm quite embarrassed for us. We have bananas.
Health as well.
Sustenance bananas. Tell me
Oh,
you're
and
33 without telling me you're 33.
Cereal bars.
And an emergency cereal bar. I'm excited.
Proper like girls getting ready vibes. It was great.
Yeah, very cute. I haven't got ready with a friend in a really long time. And we were saying before, it was always like the best bit of going out.
Yeah, it was like my favourite part because you actually got to like hang out and chat to your friends. And even if you weren't necessarily chatting, you were just like vibing.
Singing along or like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Some of my like favourite memories with my friends are getting ready times, I think.
Yeah, me too.
They're like peak girlhood moments. And I feel like tonight's going to be a peak girlhood moment. I'm very excited to sing All Too Well 10-minute version with 90,000 other people.
I can't wait to get every single word wrong.
If she does back-to-back Taylor Swift album, you'll be absolutely fine. But the chances are slim.
Our song is slim yours.
Anyway,
Sure.
we're heading off. We're going to get the Metropolitan line. I'm sure you don't care about that.
Knowing that I'm about to play the first show of the last stop on the European leg of the Eras Tour. Out here, your hands in the air, screaming the words. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts here at the Eras Tour. We love you so much, London. Because I don't know if anyone's noticed, I tend to be a bit personal and autobiographical in my songwriting. Has anyone noticed that before? Betty, I'm here on your doorstep. I've planned it out for weeks now, but it's finally sinking in. Betty, right now is the last time I dream about what happens when you see my face again. So we'll see what happens.
Well, things really took a turn. I've never been so soggy in my life. That was hardcore rain. But I did protect the sweatshirt at all costs. Happy Saturday. Well, first things first, I'm on my new camera right now, so I'm hoping this is going to be okay. I guess I won't know until I come to edit this, but I'll chat away and hopefully it's going to be alright. I got back from Manchester about 9:30, 9:45 last night, I think. It was a pretty late finish in the end. It was a long day, but it was an incredible day. That's going to be a separate video. I feel like I will never forget that moment of hearing the character voices like spoken aloud for the first time. It just really felt like they came to life. It was such an amazing feeling. Anyway, so after a pretty intense Thursday and Friday, I'm very happy to say we have a quiet weekend ahead, hence why I am very much in horizontal mode right now. I realised that I don't think I actually filmed anything when we got back from the Eras tour, apart from when we were literal drowned rats in the lift back at the hotel. I feel like it probably goes without saying, we had the most incredible time. It was like a perfect concert. The vibes were perfect. Everyone was just loving life. It was such a great time. We stayed, literally, we were on the absolute back of rear pitch standing, because Jenny's very small. So for a standing gig, like, she's fighting a losing battle when it comes to seeing anything on stage. So we were like, you know what? Let's just cut our losses. Let's go to the back. Let's have plenty of room. Let's have an amazing time. Let's have loads of space to dance. And it was like the best decision ever. We had so much fun. We literally did not stop dancing the entire time. The minute Paramore came on at about 5:30 until the minute Taylor went off stage. It was honestly just the best time. I think the top moments for me were Paramore. We just had such a blast during Paramore. We had such a good time. I loved All Too Well 10-minute version. That was really, really special. I actually had a little cry during that. I felt really like overcome. That song is just so, like, it just feels like pure nostalgia, doesn't it? And the lyrics of that one always really get me. So I actually like really filled up listening to that. That was really emotional and amazing. And I loved the 1989 set. Honestly, just one of the greatest pop albums of all time. That album means so much to me. It really got me through one of the truly the worst times of my life. It just means the world to me, that album. So hearing all the bangers from that was amazing. And we also got Ed Sheeran. Now I think my body is just like, please, can we just rest today, maybe? Although I did a Peloton this morning. I did the Chapel Roan ride, which Peloton released a couple of weeks ago. Not only was it an absolute vibe, but I also got a personal best. So that was a great feeling to kick off the day this morning. Now we're just chilling. Adam is currently on the Peloton, and we're gonna do a little mini, not a barbecue, but we're gonna put the rotisserie on the barbecue tonight. So I'll show you that later. But I actually think I might start this show right now. I mean, I have some work that I should probably do, but I really just want a day to just try and switch my brain off a little bit and just relax. I think it's on Amazon, and it's been recommended to me by about 5 separate people, I think. And then my editor Lucy, when we were in Manchester yesterday, she recommended it as well. So, I mean, I feel like I'm gonna have to give it a go, aren't I? It's on Prime, let me show you. Can I spin this round? There we go, look at that. So this is on Prime. My Lady Jane. Are you ready for an epic tale of true love, high adventure, regicidal maniacs, deadpan heroism, devious intrigues, swashbuckling sword fights? I mean, absolutely yes to all of the above, to be honest. So I think I might treat myself to a little episode of this and also do a little bit of reading this afternoon. This is my current read. This is Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. And so far, it's really cute. Thought I would show you our dinner setup for tonight because we're using Adam's favourite gadget and it's pretty exciting actually. This is something that I bought him for his birthday. Was it this year?
Sorry, I ran away.
Was it this year that I bought this?
Yeah, this year,
Yeah, we'd just been to Porto and we ate at such a lovely rotisserie chicken place in Porto that I sort of made a mental note of it. I was like, I wonder if I can get a rotisserie for our barbecue setup at home. Lo and behold, that's exactly what I found. And that's what we're using tonight. Here's the chef in action.
I look like the biggest
Hello.
dog in my branded
Cool apron. Excuse our very messy garden. Look at that. That looks pretty spectacular. That looks pretty great to me.
But yeah, I'm going to take that off.
Yeah.
Let it rest 15 minutes.
What else on the menu?
The corn. The corn is ready to go on the barbecue.
We've got some great looking corn. We've got some potato salad.
Potato salad. Made a little chilli and coriander.
Very
sauce.
nice. So the rotisserie itself I bought for Adam is just like this boxy thing here.
And this.
Oh, is it the full ring as well?
Yeah.
Oh, and that just like slots onto the barbecue that we have. Oh, that's going to be so delicious. Yeah, I feel like that's a good little recommendation actually. If you've got a partner who's really into like barbecuing or kind of like summer style cooking, outdoor cooking, that could be a good little Prezi idea. The one we've got is Weber. Obviously I had absolutely no clue what I was buying or looking for, but I basically just found the one that matched the little barbecue that we already had. And it went down very well. We've used it so many times now, especially through the summer. We use it all the time. Someone who's very excited about the rotisserie chicken is Florence. She's like, oh, what a lovely dinner you've made me. Thank you so much. That's so funny. Waiting very patiently for her fair share.
I did get a large chicken, so that'll feed 2 humans and a cat.
Perfect for 3. Still waiting. Maybe a little bit more for a lovely friendly cat. Maybe a little bit more. Getting used to a new camera is so difficult.
There you go.
Just wanted to show you the final plate up. Look at that. For our Saturday night feast. Want to talk us through the menu?
Like I'm on Saturday Kitchen.
Yeah.
BBC Good Food, next level potato salad with crispy onions. Corn on the cob, brushed with the chicken fat from the rotisserie chicken.
I'm very excited about that.
With chicken seasoning, and I made a little green sauce with chilies, coriander and lime.
That looks absolutely unreal. Literally the first thing we were talking about this morning was like, what should we have for dinner? And we were like, rotisserie? I say we, it was mostly
We.
And also, I'm glad that you finally popped up in this week's vlog.
I'm back!
Back in your apron, raring to go. Well, this looks great. What a note to end on. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to wrap this up so that I can go and have my dinner. Hope you enjoyed this little vlog, and see you very soon. Bye! You have to work for your rotisserie chicken in this house. Say goodbye.